What is your name?
My last name is D. Yeah.
What's your date of birth? Your phone number for you? So you an employee here?
Yeah.
So start me through.
Okay, so my job today was to phone run. So that means if somebody calls up here, the people in the phone room answer the call, they write down whatever.
So you working in the phone room or at the front desk?
At the front desk. So I go in the phone room to like take all the calls, and then I go to the doctor and get the answers and call it back. So the client, I don't remember her name, but the client, she admitted her dog at some point. So we had her dog, I don't know if it was yesterday or what, but she was calling for updates. So I know that I got at least 2 slips from her, but that was just from my shift because our phones are open 24 hours, so she could have called at any point. But when I was clocked in, I only got 2 calls from her. And so her doctor was Dr. Joyce. So some doctors will like go ahead and, okay, I'll call him right now. Other doctors...
Excuse me, sir. Stay down that way. Don't come down here.
So some doctors will like go ahead and do the update right.
You can stay right there. I just don't want you coming down here because I'm trying to interview her.
So like some doctors will be like, I'll go ahead and update them right now. I'll call them right now. Other doctors, as in Dr. Joyce, she'll be like, put it on my shelf because she has her own shelf, and I'll call her later.
Okay.
So from what I understood is that Dr. Joyce never called her, so therefore the client never got an update. So I mean, obviously the client's upset. You know, y'all got my dog and y'all not giving me an update. Which is what I understood. So so there was a newer woman in the phone room, which she was answering the calls. So she came to me and she's like, "Hey, I'm not really sure."
So you're saying you have a new employee?
Yeah, she was in the phone room. I think her name's Pam. I want to say she's an older white lady, but she's the one who was answering the phone. Let me turn my ringer off. She's the one who was answering the phones. And so she's like, "Look, this lady's yelling." So I'm like, "Okay, don't worry about it," because I've been here for a little bit. So I pick it up and I'm like,
I did not touch it.
Okay, don't worry about it. We'll get it.
I didn't touch that.
So I
touched it, broke in front of me.
So I pick up the phone and I'm like, let me do it. And she's just, fuck this, fuck that, blah blah blah. Y'all got my dog. I'm like, ma'am, what's the name? Because at first I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm like, ma'am, what's your name? What's going on? And she's like, fuck this, fuck that. I'm about to pull up. Click, hangs up on me. I'm like, I don't even know who I'm talking to. I didn't even know who that was. So then she comes in and she's at the front desk and she's like, this is my name, blah blah blah. I want to sign in. So that's to this girl named Isley. And I'm like, oh, I was just on the phone with her, I think. So I know where the record's at because remember Dr. Joyce, those are the updates she was supposed to be getting. So I know this because she called twice already. So I go and get the record and I bring it to Isley and I'm like, here's your record. Go ahead and do what you gotta do, check her in. And she's like, no, fuck that, I don't want to be checked in, blah blah. Because our policy is, if we have your baby, your dog, whatever, you're gonna go in a room, and then the nurse or the doctor's gonna explain to you, this is what we did, this is why you're leaving, you know, this is what you're paying for, blah blah. So when she's coming in to pick up, you're not just picking up and leaving. You're gonna be put in a line, and you're going in a room, and we're gonna explain all that, and then you're gonna get it. But that was her whole point. She's like, fuck that, I don't want to go in a room, I don't want to talk to a doctor, I don't want to do none of that, blah blah. Who's the supervisor up here? Give me the supervisor. And so Kelsey was a supervisor, and she was standing right there. So Kelsey took her to our like side, like it would be against the far wall, and they were standing there talking like out of the way. I couldn't really hear because they were quiet, but I did hear. I know I saw Dr. Mary Jane in that hallway. There's a door that swings that way, so that's where our pharmacy's at. So like really only employees go in there. So instead of like coming out to talk to the client, Dr. Mary Jane is like, you know what I mean, like peeking out. And so I guess the client was like, you know, well damn, she don't even want to talk to me. So I guess she felt threatened. So that's when I started grabbing my stuff because I'm like, I'm scared. But I saw the client push the door and is like holding it open with her hand, and Dr. Mary Jane's standing there. I saw Dr. Mary Jane put her hands out And then next thing I know, the client is like, this bitch just touched me. This is blah, blah. And then I hear Dr. Mary Jane on the phone, every black woman, Shively Animal Clinic, she put her hands on me, blah, blah. So at some point, they were touching each other. So then the client's wife came. Yeah, because she had on the white t-shirt, came and is like grabbing her out the way, and she's like, you got too much going on, you don't need to be getting violent in the animal clinic. So the wife calms down, and it was normal, and she's like, okay, I just want my dog, I want y'all to transfer my records, which means that we won't see her no more, but everything that we've ever seen will be typed up and like emailed to the clinic she wants to go to. So she wanted to go to Shepherdsville. But our long-standing policy has been, if you owe us money, we're not going to send any records off to nowhere. Because to go to a new clinic, you have to pay like new patient fees or whatever. But if we're sending information, you don't have to pay new patient fees. But if you owe us a balance, then you're kicking both, vets out of their money. So Dr. Mary Jane's like, give us the money and we'll send it. Like, pay us what you owe us and we'll send it all to you. Like, no worries. And she's like, I'm not paying shit. Y'all won't tell me what I'm paying for, blah, blah, blah. So that's where that went. So then, again, I'm turning around to get my stuff because I'm freaked out. So next thing I know, the client, so everything I just told you happened in that doorway where she had the door open. So when I turn back around after gathering my stuff, the client is like back in this back hallway again, like against the back. So Jen, she's one of our nurses. So Jen comes up.
This female that you're talking about is trying to push her way through the doctor's office. What was she wearing? What did she look like? Do you have a description of her?
Thicker black woman, and I know she had on a dress, orange. I want to say. I just know it was a dress. And then she had two younger, like teenagers with her, and then her wife had on a white t-shirt and like some jeans and like short hair. So at this point, after I turn back around, Jen comes up front. She's one of our vet techs or our nurses. So she comes up front. I don't know what happened there. Something happened between Jen and the client. I don't know if they hit each other. I don't know if it was exchanging words, but I know that something happened where TJ, which is Jen's son, felt like I need to protect my mama. And so TJ's protecting his mama by hitting the lady, doing whatever she got to do. That's why I'm saying I guess Jen hit the client, started going at it with Jen, because TJ felt like I need to protect my mama right now, I guess. So at this point, TJ goes like out of this door, the door with the light on, like comes outside. And the client coming after him changes everything to now we're in our little checkout like hall. So TJ keeps coming like in the door to hit her or say something to her and then comes back out. Be mean, say whatever, and come back out. And so at this point, I run backtrack. So TJ's going in the door and out the door to kick her or hit her or whatever. The client is like, give me my fanny pack, blah, blah. And so to me, the way that she grabbed it, it looked as though there was a firearm in it.
Who was she saying that to? Give me my fanny pack?
The wife. The wife? So like, this counter right here is like that. So the two kids were like here. The wife is right here.
What was the kids wearing? What was their clothing description? How do you know they were kids?
I don't know they were her kids. I'm just assuming. I just know they looked to be my age, like teenagers.
What were they wearing?
I know they were obviously both black. There was a female. I just remember she looked to be my age. Okay. I don't know. So it was the two people that she was like, I'm assuming her kids, I don't know. Okay. And then the wife, client, TJ. Okay. So as TJ would be coming in the door, doing whatever, and then coming back out, and then coming in and going back out. And so then the client's like, my fanny pack, blah, blah. And so she's facing this way, so I'm guessing because the wife was right there. And so I'm like, okay, to me, that seems like, give me my purse, I gotta go,
But you didn't see who had the fanny pack?
No.
I'm not trying to put words in you.
No, yeah.
I mean, if you're not clear, then just say you're not sure who she got it from.
Yeah, I'm not sure who she got it from. I just remember seeing the fanny pack. And when she grabbed it, it looked like a firearm to me. And then I went and at that point, I grabbed... She
grabbed what?
The fanny pack.
But you don't know who she grabbed it from?
No, I
What color was the fanny pack?
Green, I think. I'm not sure if, because she said give me my fanny pack, and then after that I'm like putting my stuff on, and so I'm not sure if she, it was around or what.
I mean, and Sergeant Brown may want to call you later on and question you again. I mean, everybody's kind of, still riled up behind what happened today. So it might be something that you maybe remember tomorrow or the next day or something like that. So we're just trying to get a preliminary statement right now just to find out what you know, and then later on, like I said, Sergeant Brown, he's going to be the lead investigator on this. He may call you back and talk to you. And now just go ahead and tell me what you remember. Okay, she grabbed the fanny pack, and then what happened?
So my instinct is that's like, when I say give me my purse and, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm freaked out. So I jet to the back, to our break room area, because my plan was to clock out and leave, because that's proper, we have to clock out. But I see Jen, and we all know that Jen carries, like she makes it well known. And so I see Jen rustle through the back, and I'm like, I know what that means. No.
Who is Jen, an employee?
She's the vet tech, that's the nurse. And so, which would be TJ's mom. And so I'm going towards the break room, so then I see one of our doctors and he's another nurse, his name's Matthew, and we're standing at the back door, and I'm talking to the doctor. I'm like, are y'all leaving? Because like if y'all, they never leave, so if y'all are leaving, this is serious, and I'm leaving, we're going. Because I was afraid I was going to get in trouble for leaving, because they're worried about hours. So I'm like, are y'all leaving? Because if y'all are leaving, I'm leaving. And then we heard a gunshot, and Dr. Mason and Matt, we were like, let's go. And I got my car and I left.
So after she grabbed the fanny pack, you didn't see anything happen?
No, not after that. That's when I went to the back and then saw Jen.
Where was the female that was wearing the orange? What was she doing when she said prior to and after she grabbed the fanny pack, from what you remember? What was she doing prior to? What was going on prior to that?
Pissed off, aggressive, and then that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure how Jen and the client, I'm not sure how that happened, but something between them occurred that made TJ feel like I need to protect my mom, and then it was the client and TJ from there.
Do you remember anything that went on prior to her saying to give me the fanny pack?
No, because that's when the Jen and the client were whatever, and at that point, that's when TJ had come.
Okay. I appreciate it, Ms. Shroud.
Yeah, Shroud.
Shroud. I appreciate it, Ms. Shroud. And like I said, if Sergeant Brown has any questions, anybody wants to follow up, more than likely he may touch base with you and ask you a few more questions, give you a few days, and then contact you, see if there's something else to give you a few sleep cycles, just in case. See if you remember. I appreciate it.
Is that it?
If I told Sergeant Brown has any questions, he's going to be the lead investigator on this. He'll contact, reach out, contact. Oh, you can't come through here, ma'am. This is the crime scene. Get some tape. Hey, Crumbs, Officer Crumbs, can I get some more tape out here? Yep. You gotta go find somewhere else to park for now, ma'am. It just snapped in the middle.
Okay, so is it he was Shively though that'll be contacting her, or?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He'll contact. I have a phone number.